Hey YouTube, I'm back. It's been 3 months since the surgery. I had my 3-month follow-up appointment on Friday. Everything's going fine still. A little check-in here. I'm at 245, which is down 15 from the last time I did a video, which was at 2 months-ish. I'm down about 57 since the surgery 3 months ago. I'm down about 108 since I started the process to get the surgery. Walking into that first informational session back in December 2011, and I'm down 117 from my peak. And the biggest number of all those is the one I didn't say, which is that I'm only 10 pounds from goal. I hope to get down to 235. Should be there relatively soon, I would think. So things are going very well in the weight loss regard. Health-wise, feel fine. Really everything's going great. Just to talk a little bit about some new things. Leftovers are now a common sight in the house, which is interesting. I really can't eat out much. I can, but I really eat so little that I almost always have to get a doggy bag or a little container to go. A good common meal out is like a shrimp cocktail. I think I mentioned in my last video. Just a little bit of protein or something. Although, I have gone out and had things like buffalo wings. I've had just a few wings, 3 or 4 wings, and I'm totally good. So, it's a little weird to be bringing stuff home. I'm not used to leftovers in the house. And I'm even leftovers from cooking like a family dinner. There's a lot of little containers in our fridge now, which is unusual. And I'll sometimes have those for dinner or lunch or breakfast the next day. Your average restaurant meal sometimes will last me 3 different meals. We went to Moe's, which is like a Southwest kind of quasi-fast food place. Excuse me, I got a salad. Ate some of it at Moe's and took the rest home, and I got breakfast out of it the next day, and I got lunch out of it the next day. So, it's certainly an economical way to eat out, that's for sure. I just can't really eat more than 3 or 4 ounces, which is totally fine, and really is it's kind of cool and good from where I was before, which is where I would have eaten the whole thing right there, and probably at home had a snack or something later on in the evening. So leftovers, something I didn't really think too much about, but definitely something that's new to our house. Non-scale victories, a couple to talk about. I went for a very long hike last weekend with my son. I've always sort of hiked and, liked the outdoors. It really hasn't, my weight hadn't prevented me from doing that. I did the same basic hike in October. This one was a little bit longer. But man, had a lot of energy, no problems. Bounded right up a relatively decent climb. I was carrying a backpack, and it was funny because I was talking about how heavy the backpack was, and I realized, I did this hike in October, and I certainly have lost a lot more than this backpack weighs, so it's kind of a really good illustration of how much weight I'm actually not carrying on my frame anymore, that the backpack was no comparison to the weight I've lost. It was probably only about 20 pounds, and here I've lost, almost 60, 57 from the surgery, so wow, how about that, huh? It's just amazing to hold that pack and realize I've lost 3 times whatever this pack probably weighs. So that was really cool. Another non-scale victory, I finally bought some suits 2 weeks ago. Needed some suits for some things, and my old suit just was like, it was like that old Talking Heads video with David Byrne swimming in this enormous suit. It just wouldn't fit. The waist on my last suit that I bought was probably a 50 or 52. I am down very comfortably into a 42 now. I even bought 1 pair of suit pants, separates, that were 40, which, I really don't remember buying 40 clothes. Even in college, I remember mostly buying 42s. So that's the area we're looking at here. So I ended up buying 2 suits, and with some pant separates that are smaller waist than what I'm really comfortable wearing right now. I can fit in the 40s, but it's not something I really want to wear all day long. It's not super comfortable. Definitely comfortable in a 42, which is awesome. My high, I was a 56. The suit part, or the top part, the jacket part of the suit, didn't go down as much, but you don't normally, because that's your chest width, and that doesn't change. There's ribs here, below it, believe it or not, below the fat. So that went from, I think I was a 52 chest, and it only went down to like a 48, something along those lines. I'm a tall guy, so it was a 48 long. So, I I don't know what my first suit I ever bought was, but it was 1991, and I'm guessing it was probably something close to a 48 long. The suits, you know, look great. They feel really good to wear a suit like that. I walked into Macy's, didn't have to go to Big and Tall, and bought them pretty much right off the rack. Boy, that was awesome. Not only was it cheaper than going to the, you know, the Big and Tall store, but the nicer suit. I think it's Macy's. It's not, you know, super high end, but it's a good suit. It'll last me a while, and it was really cool. It was a really neat experience. Physically, you know, I can definitely notice it in my face a lot more. Again, I'm constantly getting comments. It continues. I mean, every day this week I've had comments at work. The biggest physical thing I'm noticing is my ribs. I can at night when I wake up or whatever, I can feel my ribs. It's really weird. If I'm laying on my back and I sort of suck in my gut, I can feel all the ribs and almost like reach underneath. It's really kind of freaky. I don't ever remember being like that before. I have pecs, which is cool. You know, since I've been obese, I've always had like these man boobs, which is very unsightly, and I think I probably care about that physically more than the stomach even. But I've always been kind of sensitive to that. I got pecs now. I mean, they're not, you know, look, I'm not like, you know, Russell Crowe, or I'm not even sure Russell Crowe has strong pecs, but someone who has strong pecs, I can see them now, and it's from the elliptical, it's from the free weights and butterfly and things like that. But that's kind of neat. It's really neat, actually. So, you know, getting there. I'm not going to be a supermodel any day of the week, but I can sort of see some tone and some definition from the working out, which surprises me and is really cool. So, one last little note to leave everyone on, a little bit of a wink and a nod here. Another difference that's kind of funny. And actually, I was joking with a friend of mine about this, and I was telling him that you know, if they advertise this benefit of the surgery, people would be lining up, you know, around the block to get it. But there's some truth to it. It's that again, wink and a nod here, folks, and you know, we're all grown-ups. But you know, sometimes now I look down and I can't believe my water bottle. If this was the water bottle that I may have had before when I was, you know, obese and needed to drink water, I'm finding that the water bottle is probably this one now. So it's not bad. It's not bad, if you know what I'm saying. It takes me a lot longer to use this water bottle, if you catch my drift too. So that's kind of cool, and not something I was really expecting or planning on, and kind of a nice little side benefit, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not, you know, that water bottle, but it's certainly better than this water bottle, which is really kind of neat, and you know, one of those things that you sort of joke about when you actually realize what's going on. But there it is. So side benefit number 545 from having the surgery. One little product that I want to plug that I've been using a lot, unrelated to the water bottle, wink and nod, is this little baby. This is a Hamilton Beach, I think it's a 1 pint ice cream maker. Kind of cool. It's only cost me $15 on Amazon. I've seen them for just a little bit more than that in stores. I'm not making ice cream with this, true ice cream, but what I am making is like a protein shake ice cream. I basically make a protein shake of different flavors, add some extract or add some flavoring to it, and put it in this baby, turn it on, and about 10 minutes later I've got the consistency of like a soft serve, and then if you freeze it for even a couple hours, you get a decent little ice cream, and you get your protein in and very little sugar because you're using protein powder and you're using, you know, 2% milk or something. So far I've made chocolate, I've made vanilla, I've made butter pecan, which is one of my favorite ice creams. I'm going to try some mint chocolate chip relatively soon. And you're using protein powder, you're using almond milk or soy milk or 2%, 1% probably would work. You want a little bit of fat content in it. Put this thing in, and 10 minutes later you got something that vaguely resembles ice cream. Came home from a meeting today and there was a container of real ice cream in the fridge. Did call to me a tiny little bit, which was weird. It was a different flavor. That's why it was a new and kind of weird flavor. But then I reached for some of my protein ice cream, and you know, it was pretty damn good. And it certainly filled the need without a lot of sugar and with a lot of protein. So that was cool. So you know what? Things are going great, and don't have to go back to see the doctor for another 3 months. I don't know how often I'm making videos. I like to try to do it at least monthly, I would think. But, you know, things are going fine, and definitely don't regret it for a second. The comments I'm getting back are just really, really nice, both from these videos below, from direct messages on YouTube, and also just from friends I see. It feels really good. I feel like a new man. Don't regret it for a second. No real complications from anything. Even, you know, the loose skin issue, which sometimes people talk about. You know, I don't know. I'm using cocoa butter, and I'm using vitamin E on my skin, like pregnant women use, I guess. It's not bad. I mean, I'm not feeling like I got a lot of flabby skin hanging around, and so that's kind of cool that I don't really have to worry about that. I see some people online even having cosmetic surgery, and you know that I don't think that's me. I kind of almost like it there as a reminder of the way I used to be, I guess. We'll see if I feel that way in the summer when it's bathing suit time, but. It's all good right now. So thanks for watching. I'll be back probably in a month or so, and take care. Stay healthy out there. If you have any questions, post them in the comments or send me a message. I'm happy to get back to you. To all my friends watching this who have been a great cause of support, my online friends, my real friends, you guys rock. Couldn't do it without you. So take care. Bye.